Once again, welcome to OK Mathematics class, training you to excel. Our steps for exam success: number 1, you plan; number 2, you pray; number 3, you prepare; number 4, you preview; then finally you perform. We're treating May, June WAEC 2008, question 10 through to question 13. Question 10 is on plane geometry construction. Question 11 is on plane geometry. Now, question number 12 is on graph, trigonometrical graph. And then question number 13 is number and numeration, arithmetic, and geometric progression. These are the 4 questions we are going to handle in this presentation. Please support this channel by subscribing, give a thumbs up, and share with friends. That's the question on construction. The first thing we usually do in construction like this is to make a sketch of the diagram to enable us to do a better construction. So having done this, now we'll move straight to the graph board. Now this is the graph board. Then we will now select the plane board for construction. Then we're going to start the construction now. We'll draw a line, put your ruler on the line, measure 7 centimeters, and draw. PQ is 7 centimeters. With a compass at P, draw an arc. With a compass at the point shown, draw a second arc to intercept the first one. Join the points and mark out 6.5 centimeters, that's PX. With a compass at the point Q, draw another arc. With a compass at the point shown, draw an arc, and at this point, draw another arc, constructing angle 90 degrees. Then bisect the angle 90 degrees. That gives us 45 degrees. Then 45 plus 90 will give us 135 degrees, the required angle. Join P to X. Measure QX. Place your compass at Q. Draw an arc R so that QR is equal to QX. Join P to X. Then we are going to construct a point that is equidistant from P and X. With compass at X, draw an arc. With a compass at P, draw a second arc to intercept the first one. Draw a line passing through those points to give us the first locus L1. Do the same thing for P and Q. You have 2 arcs intercepting each other, then draw a line to pass through those points. That gives us locus 2. Locus 2 and locus 1 will meet at the point T. With center at T, you draw a circle. That gives us the construction as required. We move straight to question number 11. Like we already know, that is on plane geometry. Then we start the construction. BC is parallel to EF. Then we are going to construct a line through D parallel to these 2 lines. XY is the line we have added. The angle shown is equal to this other angle shown, alternate angles. This angle being marked now are all equal, alternate angles. So angle SDE is equal to angle DEF is equal to 26 degrees. Reason, alternate angles. The angle that is being highlighted is also equal to the other angle that is being highlighted now. Therefore, XDC is equal to 75 degrees minus 26 degrees, giving us 49 degrees. Therefore, the angle DCB is also 49 degrees. Reason alternate angles are equal. Angle X is equal to 49 degrees. Reason alternate angles are equal. Therefore, angle DCB plus angle Y is equal to 360 degrees, point angle. Make substitution. Make Y the subject. Y is equal to 311 degrees. We move to the next slide for the next question. That's on circuit geometry. Then we repeat the diagram here. Angle AOC is twice angle ABC. ABC is equal to half of angle AOC. Angle at the center is equal to twice the angle at the circumference. Therefore, angle ABC is equal to half of 190 degrees, giving us angle ABC as equal to 95 degrees. Then, angle ABC plus angle ADC is equal to 180 degrees, cyclic quadrilateral. Remember, the cyclic quadrilateral opposite angles are supplementary. Therefore, 95 degrees plus angle ADC is equal to 180 degrees. Angle ADC is equal to 180 degrees minus 95 degrees. Angle ADC is equal to 85 degrees. We go to the last question for number 11, question 11C. So that's also the question. Then that's the sketch because we are using the diagram in 11B. Then we are going to mark the angle arc ABC. That's the arc ABC in red. You can see the sector that has that arc. Angle subtend by an arc at the center is equal to 360 minus 190 degrees. You can see it here, 360 at the center minus 190 degrees will give us the opposite angle subtend by this arc at the center. Angle subtend by the arc ABC at the center is equal to 170 degrees by our calculations, and that's the angle that is highlighted at this point now. Arc ABC then will be equal to 170 degrees over 360 degrees times 2 pi r. We now evaluate. And arc ABC will be equal to 22.772 degrees, which gives 22.8 degrees to 3 significant figures. Now, to calculate the chord AD, that's the chord that's highlighted there, AD, and then look at the triangle AMO being highlighted. Then the other side of the triangle is also highlighted. Then you can see that OM is the line that moved from the center, meeting the AD at the point D. Using that, you can see AM is equal to 7 cos 35 degrees, applying trigonometry. Making substitution, we have that as AM. But AD is twice AM. So we multiply 5.734 centimeter by 2. That gives us AD equal to 11.47 centimeter, which finally results to 11.5 centimeter to 3 significant figure. That brings us to the end of question number 11C. We now move to question number 12 on graph. So that's the question, and that's the table given. So our duty is to find the missing marks, the missing mark on the table. So we write down the equation that is given to us. Then the first one, we're going to substitute x to be 60 degrees. Making that substitution, y is equal to 3.60. Then the next substitution, x will be equal to 120 degrees. That yields y is equal to 1.60 centimeters. The next substitution, y will be 180. Giving us y is equal to 2. The next substitution, y will be 240. Giving us x is equal to minus 3.60. Then finally x will be 300. Then y will give us minus 1.60. And then we confirm that the calculations are correct by calculating either 0 or 360 degrees, and now it's confirmed. Then the next now we are going to do is to go to the graph board for plotting of the graph. We roll down the graph board. Then draw our axis. That's the scale. 2 centimeters is equal to 1 unit on the y-axis, or on the y-axis. Y, it is 60 degrees on the x-axis. Then we're now going to plot the points. The first point we are going to plot will be this. So we click that point. That's the point. Then we add the next point. 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 They plot the next point. And finally, we plot the last point. Then we now go to draw and calculate to draw the graph. Then we draw the graph now with a smooth curve through the points. That gives us the graph of the equation. Then we are now going to do our calculations now. We are to find the value of x when y is equal to 1.5. So now y is 1.5. That means we are going to draw our line at the point where y is exactly 1.5, as you can see by the black line. You see the point of intersection of the black line and the green curve being highlighted. So from there we draw a line. From there we draw our line, and then the answer there will give us 123 degrees. Then the second point is being highlighted where the black line crosses the green line again. We draw again. That gives us 351 degrees. So I've gotten the value of x1 and x2. The next, that's the region where the equation given to us is below 0. So you can see the arrow is showing us the place that is below 0 from 127 degrees to 327 degrees. So at this point, the curve is below 0. That's the solution of that graph. Then we move to the last question for this 2008 WAEC May June. So that's the question. Then we now start the solution to the question. UN is equal to that. That's the formula for arithmetic progression, the number of times. Then we're going to make our substitution. U2 from there is giving us x. Then A from that equation here is giving us 3. Then N, how many they are there for the question here is 2. Then we simplify that. X is equal to 3 plus D. Then for the second, U4 is equal to that. Then U4 is giving us 18. A is still 3. And then N is 4. Simplifying, 18 is equal to 3 plus 3D, giving us that 15 is equal to 3D. D is 5. Now using that, X is equal to 3 plus D. Finally use X is equal to 3 plus 5. S is equal to 8. Now we know the value of X. We're now going to calculate the value of Y. Y is equal to 8 plus D. So Y is equal to 8 plus 5. Y is going to give us 13. Now, coming to the AP. We have that. Then U3, make substitution. Simplifying, you have that. So U4 will give us that. So now U2 plus U3 will give us that. But remember, U4 is equal to U2 plus U3. So you now equate. Cancelling out AR, that is common to all the three terms. We have 1 plus R is equal to 6R squared. That gives us a quadratic equation. Then on the next board, we now conclude the question, the solution to that question. 1 plus R is equal to that. That gives us 6R squared minus R is equal minus 1 is equal to 0. By factorization, that gives us 3R plus 1 into 2R minus 1 is equal to 0. Then if 3R plus 1 is equal to 0, then it means that 3R is equal to minus 1. Then R is equal to minus 1 over 3. Then if 2R minus 1 is equal to 0, 2R is equal to 1, R is equal to half. Using those two answers, we have the common ratio. Then U2 is equal to 8, 8 is equal to AR, making substitution. Then we are going to get that A is equal to 16. Then U1 is equal to 16, U2 is equal to 8, U3 is equal to 16 times that. Then simplifying that, U3 is equal to 4. Then U4, making substitution into the given equation and simplifying, U4 is equal to 2. And then making substitution and simplifying, U5 is equal to 1. Then U6, the same, U6 is equal to half. That brings us to the end of this presentation. Congratulations for being part of this success. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Thank you very much for joining me in this presentation. Don't forget, subscribe so that any video released by this channel, you will be notified instantaneously. Thank you very much.